Good evening, and welcome to the first edition of the Referees Corner here on IslandStats.com for the 2022-2023 season. I'm your host, Earl Based, and joining me are none other than we have some CONCACAF and FIFA officials, three of whom are on island, and the other looks like she's relaxing at home. But let's talk a little bit, Danon Parchman. Not your first visit to Bermuda. Just give us a sense of what the experience this time has been like for you.
Good afternoon, Earl. Oh, I need to move. Sorry about it. Okay. First of all, I want to say congratulations, Mimi, on your achievement at the U17 World Cup.
Yes.
As it relates to your question, Earl, my first time was where I spent my Christmas Saturday and also the New Year's in Bermuda, assisting the Bermuda Football Association as it relates to their football competition. This time around, I was back to do a final, which was on Friday. To my surprise, I think I was trying to reflect when was the last time I showed so many yellow cards in a football game. All right, so I was like really thinking, and I found the answer, and I was saying to Nicholas that it was even before I became a FIFA. I have produced so many yellow cards in a game. I was saying that for me the team were somewhat unprofessional in how they play, and the fouls that they commit. We are not used to expecting these kinds of fouls, and how careless they are, and so it was a bit puzzling for me to to really, when I look at my card and see the number of yellow cards that was given in that game, and as I said, we have to expect the expected, Earl, because there's a lot of players who play in this competition who are not professional players. So you have to expect anything may happen, right? And whenever these situations happen, we just got to be ready to make the decision and do whatever is best for the game at that time.
Yeah. It was noted how many yellow cards were given, but it's part of the game, and whatever offense is warranted of a card. I think that that's why they were given. So you officiate the match, you call what you see, and basically everybody has to toe the line in that regard. Nicholas, having the opportunity to watch it from the sideline, your take on Friday's game and just how it all materialized.
Hello again. Hello, Mimi.
Yeah.
Congrats again. For me, the game, the far different perspective from how Parchment looked at it. Yeah, he was complaining about the cards that he had to show, but based on the research that we had done coming into this game, the team that lost, they were unbeaten all season. They haven't lost a game, and they were up against a team that they would say the underdogs. So if you are the underdogs and this team has been playing well, they'll probably outplay you. So you'll disrupt them as much as possible. You'll take a card to win. At the end of the day, I'm sure they're happy with all the cards that they took because they won the finals. So at the end of the day, football is like that at times. The tactics that a team will come to apply in the game. And referees will also have to deal with what you have to deal with. If the card count is high, then so be it. But the players will take the card to win. They'll do all they can to win the game. So it's just a matter of being prepared for anything. We'd rather have less cards, yes, but and try to manage more. But if it's not possible, then so be it.
Sure. And Princess, for you, you've done the youth game beforehand. What was that experience like for you, officiating a youth final in Bermuda?
Hello, good night, Earl. Hi, Mimi. Congrats again. For me, it was an honor doing a final here. It was a great privilege for me to get out here to do this game. The game is it was a fast. It take a
Mhm.
lot of concentration because it more slower. So you have to give you more time to process to all the decision that you're gonna make. Um, the teams they played respectful. They the decision that the referee made they were good with it. So for me, it was just as a normal game for me. It was just
Mm.
a normal game. It was good.
All right. Well, I'm going to come to you now, Mimi, because everyone's already congratulated you. I wanted to wait till the last to give you that. Congratulations. You've officiated in the Under 17 World Cup and in the final. So take us through that experience for yourself of managing to get all the way to. I mean, because for the excitement of a team getting to the final is one thing, but to officiate a final is just as big.
Hi, good evening on my side. Thank you all. And also hi to everyone. For me, that was a big thing because being on a World Cup, even if it is a youth World Cup, it's for me a big success. And then again, being on a final, for me it was a big thing. And the first thing is to thank God that everything went well, and uh, and that I had more experience, and also with my team, we did a great job. And yes, also to thank CONCACAF for all the work we did before, and also the FIFA staff, the work we did to reach the final, and not only the final but also the other games I did at the World Cup. So
Mm.
it was for me a big thing, big success. Yes.
And a follow up to that, because we've seen the amount of women grow in the CONCACAF region for officiating. How good is that for the game, especially on this side of the world?
Very good, because it's not only about me, but in CONCACAF we have more referees and also assistant referees. Um, they they are doing their best to also be in the final, because the last under 17 World Cup, Princess was also in the final, and now we have me and also again another CONCACAF team to be in the final. So I feel that CONCACAF and also CFE has been doing a great job. So let's like keep doing that great job for us to keep reaching that level. Also for the other referees and assistant referees, for
Mm,
them to have also the opportunity to reach this level.
sure,
Yes.
sure. And I was going to ask Princess as well, because as someone who has already done a final, how encouraging is it now that you see the growth of the female side of officiating?
Me or Princess?
Princess, sorry, Princess.
Can you repeat what you said? Because
Yeah.
it was a break.
Okay. With you already having done a final, how do you look at the growth of the female officials on in the CONCACAF region that are getting these opportunities?
Okay, for me, I have seen. Yes, I did final already. 2018, Mexico and Spain in Uruguay. I have seen where it's growing, and it's growing in the Caribbean also because we have Mimi who have done so well at the under 17 World Cup, and I know she will do much better coming next year for the Senior World Cup. So for me, I think it's growing. It's just for us to just keep on doing the best thing that we know to do, as making the right decision, be humble, be dedicated. It take a lot of work to be on the top. It take a lot of concentration and focus. But the Caribbean is going far, and also CONCACAF is going far. So we just have to keep on build up on each other experience, and for the next generation or for the way forward.
Okay. And Nicholas, how is it on the male side, or even just in general, males and females, encouraging people to get involved at the domestic level to then take the step to the international level of officiating? Because you guys are the leaders now in the international side, but to get the domestic side, get people more involved in the domestic side. How much encouragement are you giving people, or the organization that you represent, giving people that message of it's time to get involved? If you're not going to make it as a footballer, you can still make it in the sport of football.
This is just the best practices going forward. For referees, giving back to the game. Sometime you must have loved the game. You have watched a World Cup. You have played. It's about giving back. You want to be a referee. You want to be a fitness instructor, a technical instructor. You want to go into administration also. Like Christian is doing a real great job here with the referees. There's just a wide field in the football. So it's just your way to give back. You could even be the president of the football association if you want to go that high. So it's just a wide area in football to really give back. It's something that you're passionate about and you love. You can work real hard on it and improve on it, and it's just a give back.
Yeah, and Parchman, you're no stranger to Bermuda, but just the advice you've been giving some of the young people, because you guys have had sessions with the youngsters involved in the youth program, or even had a chance to watch them. What's some of the encouraging things you've been able to pass on to them to keep them encouraged in the game?
Earl, having a session with the academy referees on Sunday, it was really an awesome experience, because the youngsters that Mr. Williams have in training, they are very coachable, and I think with good supporting staff around these youngsters, teaching them the best practices, I think the future for Bermuda referees is in good hands, right? And I think it only can get better going forward. And with proper training session planned for these kids, they can just excel, execute, and go as far as possible. So I think it is in good hand in Bermuda for sure.
No, let me go back to Mimi, because when you first would have taken up officiating, did you ever believe a World Cup was in your future, regardless of what age group? Did you believe that was in your future?
In the beginning, my belief was not so strong, but after I see some examples, for example, Princess, some of the Jamaicans, Stephanie, I see some examples, I believed that these girls open the doors for women. So then it's possible for the other ladies, also for me. I've been looking very up to Princess, Stephanie, and they always motivate me. So that gives me strength to believe in going to a World Cup.
Definitely. Princess, no, you've had the opportunity to see Mimi in a final, but you had already done a final. So did you get a sense of pride of seeing someone else, how someone would have felt about you being there in 2018?
For me, for next anyone who will be selected for the next World Cup, going to a World Cup or get nominated for a World Cup, it's not easy.
Right.
It takes a lot of work, a lot of dedication, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of things that you really love, and you really have to push it aside just to be disciplined, to work towards what you want.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be disciplined in the way you even eat, your health, because there are some stuff that you really love and you can't, because you know if you eat this, there's going to be a lot of calories, so you have to stay away from certain stuff. But it can happen, but we have to just be disciplined. Referee have to be disciplined for the way forward. So that's my point.
So Nicholas, who was that person that first encouraged you to become an official and give you that word of wisdom to be involved, and now you're where you are?
So for me, it was Lionel McLean. At the time, he was the Football Association president. And then quickly after that, I met up with Dave Meikle, Vic Stewart, and Rowan Tauburn, who are now Dave is now involved in CONCACAF. And the idea that they gave was that put in the work, hard work and dedication. At the time, because of my age, you could go to 5 World Cups. So I felt real good about that and really put in the work. There has been setbacks along the way, yes, and there have been lots of success. But it's just to enjoy the journey along the way.
Yeah, and Parchment, for you, your journey has been one of a kind of a trailblazer because everybody in Bermuda kind of knows your name even before you came to Bermuda, but because of some of the matches that you had officiated. But just being around the region, being one of the guys that is most recognized, especially when it comes to officiating. Personally, how do you handle that pressure going into any tournament or any game that you do?
All right, Earl. So it is a good feeling to know that you're one of those match officials who are recognized around the world. Um, Not because of where we are from, because we don't have professional football in the Caribbean.
Mhm.
So we have to work extremely hard to be on the same level with the guys who have a professional competition in their countries. So honestly, I just try to stay focused. Just be consistent with what I'm doing. So whenever you go onto the field of play, you will keep those best practices, and that's what is required of you as an international match referee who officiate whether in CONCACAF, the Caribbean, or in Europe, wherever in the world you may go. You need to be consistent with your decision making, and that will help you to go very far away.
Sure. Well, I know the three of you are getting got to get to a game, so I want to thank you all for joining this evening. Mimi, again, congratulations, and the three of you enjoy the rest of your stay in Bermuda. You've done us well so far, and we know that you will continue to do. And I know every time Mr. Williams gives that phone call, right, Princess, you're coming.
Of course.
We just need to get Mimi down here now. So yeah, that'll be a big thing. So
Yes,
again,
thanks so
thank you
much.
very much.
Thanks for having us.
All righty.
Thanks so
Very
much.
much.
Thank you
Okay.
very
And
much.
Enjoy
Bye
the
bye.
rest of the evening. I will see you guys at the stadium. Okay. Thanks, Mimi.
All the best.
Bye.
All the best. All the best.
Thank